missed it, wasn't aware, probably couldn't hear that last stream, disregard it, right? It's Scream Week. So we are counting down the days to Scream 2022, Scream 5 2022, whatever you want to call it. It's Scream 5. Come on, people. I had the opportunity to see it last night at midnight. Was not going to be able to make that screening. It was going to be a very tight squeeze for me, but I do have tickets for tonight. I have a friend of mine that has hooked me up. Let's just say that. I'm not going to give any names or any places or anything like that. I'm able to see the movie tonight. Expect a live stream later on tonight. Expect a review out later on tonight as well. I'm probably going to see this movie a couple times this week. Nathan is not going to be able to be here for this stream. He had to work, just schedule conflicts, but he is going to watch Scream 4 as well. If you've been with us all week, you know that we've gone through all the Scream franchises. He only seen the first one when it first came out, and then he saw all the sequels are pretty much fresh on him. Like this is all his first experiences, so he didn't know the story, he didn't know anything. So I'm trying to turn him towards the horror movies. You know, he's not a big horror movie person, but hopefully he's coming around a little bit, at least for Scream, because it's fun horror. It's like a theme park horror movie more than like a hardcore horror movie. So yeah, wait to get some people in here before we start this. I switched up the setting also. We were watching it on that TV back there, but I'm going to go ahead and watch it on the computer here so you can have some better audio. Let me know if the audio is fine in the chat below, because I was having issues when I first started. Hopefully I'm not now. Go ahead and bring up the chat. Hopefully we get a good little crowd in here. We had a pretty good little conversation yesterday. I enjoy everybody that's coming by, everyone that support the channel. Subscribe to Destination Station. Like this video. You know, all the bells and whistles and all that stuff. I am so pumped for this new film. I never thought we would get a Scream 5, honestly. I never thought we'd get another Scream. Once it went to TV, I was like, man, that's it. It's over. But even though the Scream TV series was actually pretty impressive, in my opinion, in other ways, even though it didn't have the same costume, I still like the approach that they took with it. So, yeah. Getting a little bit of a late start. Hopefully y'all don't hold that against me. Let me go ahead and bring this up here. It's been a long time since I've seen Scream 4. Are you a big fan of Scream 4? A lot of people hold Scream 4 next to, right after the original Scream. They think it's the best one since the first one. And, you know, I wanted to feel that way going into Scream 4. I didn't see what everybody else was seeing. I do think it was smart. What's up, Bloody Mary? I'm glad you're here. Getting a late start. Sorry for that. I had some audio issues. Let me know if the audio is fine in this video also. I hope I don't run into that issue again. But yeah, a lot of people love Scream 4. They hold it near and dear to their heart, just like the first film, 1996. This one, I didn't have the same love for it. I did appreciate it. I thought they did some smart things with it, but there's a lot of things that I did not care for, and we're going to go over that when we watch this. So yeah, let me find it. Where do you rank Scream 4? Is it your next best since the original, or is it or do you feel kind of like me? It just wasn't there for me. I think Scream 4 is fine, but I don't know about it being as good as the first, though. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Scream 4, it was a good attempt. I was expecting more with Kevin Williamson's writing and Wes Craven being back. I was like, ooh, this isn't going to be as goofy as Scream 3, because that was a lot of people's issues with Scream 3 was that it it wasn't too comedy. That Scream 3 was too comedy, so people did not care for it that much. And I felt that, you know, I thought they went too meta, I thought they went too goofy. But as soon as Scream 4 starts, I mean, you know, like do you not remember all your arguments for Scream 3, but you're like in Scream 4? And even though that it's set in Woodsboro, to me, it didn't really feel like Woodsboro. That might have been just me. Uh, I ranked them in the exact same order. I'm like you, I ranked them all in order. I still enjoy it though. Hold on, let me bring that back up. I'm like you, I ranked them all in order. I still enjoy them though, but man, that opening though with all the stabs. Yeah, it was clever. That opening was very clever, and we're about to hit play here soon. Haven't hit play yet, just waiting for a few more people to get in here, and then we'll hit play. Hit that like button while you're here. I appreciate that. That helps this channel out a lot. But I felt like I wanted, even though we were doing stab, then stab 2, or stab 6, stab 7, and stab 8, whatever they were doing there. I have to rewatch this. This is the one that I've watched the least over the years. But I really thought that when we got to the main victims that Ghostface was after, I still thought it was a stab movie. That was the issue. Is like I was like, is it about to really go into something else? Because like it just, something about it just still felt comedy to me. I thought like Roger L. Jackson was still kind of phoning it in at the beginning, like some of the line deliveries and stuff. From what I hear, he does a really good job in this new film. Like he's menacing the way, and from what I can hear on the trailer, it sounds like his voice is back on point, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. Join in whenever you can, or watch this at a later date whenever you can. I'm gonna get this thing started. I got a lot of content coming out today. I'm gonna do some reviews for the entire franchise. I'm going to see Scream 5 tonight, so expect a live stream tonight. Expect a spoiler live stream. If you don't want to know anything about it, don't join that live stream. Come at a later time and watch it. I'm also going to have a movie review, a spoiler and non-spoiler. It's going to be no spoilers at the beginning, and then I'll say it, you know, halfway through the spoiler, through the review. There, we're going to go dive into spoilers. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Got a lot to do today. Getting a late start. We just need to get it started, y'all. Just get in here when you can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. My heart is in my asshole. All right. It's homage to Casey Becker. A Facebook stalker. Instead of saying catfish, they say punked, because catfish hasn't came out yet. It came out like a year after that, or later on that year, or something like that. I heard that trivia somewhere. I hope they're right, because I want to be right. Yeah, Bloody Mary. I wonder too. I think they are. I think from what I hear is that they're going to touch on like social media toxicity or something like that. Maybe bullies online. I don't know. I think they're going to use a lot of smart devices in this one, which is really cool. A Twitter killer. I like Lucy Hale. I thought she should have been the real opening kill in this movie. I remember those little flip phones and everything. Everybody thought they were cool when texting became a thing. That tree in the movie theater, I was like, oh shit, Ghostface is just standing there. He ain't even trying to hide. She is an underrated actress. I like her a lot. I think she's really good. Did you see, what was that movie? Ooh, that was a bloody stab. Oh, see, that's pretty crazy. See, this is whenever I wish I popped in the disc. Now it's buffering. Come on. Pause the movie. All right, here we go. And that's the thing. They pumped the blood in this movie. Like, they used a lot more blood. Stab 6. So it was just a bunch of cameos at the beginning of this, of big stars at that time. I mean, they're still kind of big stars. That's cray cray Walmart computer. Fuck you, Nate. That's Nathan is in the chat, everybody. He's always throwing shade. But it's love shade, right? That's his YouTube channel, by the way, y'all. Fatal Strike Productions. Click on it. Subscribe to his channel. Good, great content. Great content. Oh. When I saw the trailer to this movie, I was kind of excited to see them two in this movie. I was kind of like, oh, cool. They got some... Because she's off of True Blood. And Kristen Bell, she's on a bunch of stuff too. And I just thought that was cool. And then, like, it was just like this, Stab 7. Like, it was a fake opening. And now we're here. This seems like me explaining the Scream franchise to Nathan. You're overthinking it. Am I? Or whoever made these movies underthought it. Sounds like some shit that asshole would say. Just kidding, man. Miss you, man. I think everybody in the chat's going to miss you, man. We've been doing all the films and missing the fourth one. See, this is probably just, in my opinion, the weakest opening of the entire franchise. I don't know why people adore it so much. I've heard so much praise for this opening. And this film in general. It's just so... I like the alternate opening that was on the special features. They should have kept that. That was a lot more menacing and really cool. There's a lot of stuff they deleted out of this movie that they should have kept in that would have made the movie so much better. Veronica Mars and Sookie. Yeah, it is Veronica Mars and Sookie. Devontae, this movie sucks. I don't think it sucks. That's a harsh word. I can enjoy all of them for what they are, but a lot of people do hold this one next to the original, to 1996. I'm not that person. I don't share that love for this film as much. But I hope this new film, the fifth one, is going to be that. Yeah, I was having audio issues earlier. I had to stop the stream and start it back up. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this mic or what. Let me know if that's better. This mic is like really sensitive. Now this mic might be a Walmart mic. Nathan, be hating on my computer. Yeah, Core, the weird lighting effect is, it's like everything is so sparkly and shines and sheens, and it's like, that was intentional. After, I watched the commentary on this film, like Wes Craven intentionally did that because this was going to start a new trilogy, a new it was going to branch off and be its own thing. This was supposed to be passing of the torch. So he wanted the movie to look different than all three previous films. It was intentional to make it look different. I just didn't agree with it. It looked like a CW show. Running up the stairs. See, I kept thinking, I was like, all right, this has got to be a stab sequel. I just couldn't take it seriously. This is going to reminisce Tatum's death from the first film with the garage door. Do y'all know, oh, am I still echoing? Am I still having issues? Guys, do I need to take off the mic? I won't be as clear, but you'll be able to hear me from the phone because that's what I'm live streaming on right now. Or does it sound okay right now? Or should I take out the mic? No echoing? Okay, cool. Hold on, let me get through this opening and then I'll catch up on the chat. That was a lot more realistic than Tatum's death. Even though I love Tatum's death, very creative kill. That was more realistic with him shutting the garage door on her and kind of, but making that crunch sound, I don't think it's going to make that crunch sound. And see, even that title card and that music comes on, it's like the tone gets set for the film and it's just like, what? Is this the Disney Channel? Are we watching Hocus Pocus Part 2? Which that's actually coming out. Hocus Pocus Part 2. I'm actually excited for that. Don't judge me. I like Hocus Pocus. I watch it every Halloween. Sarah Jessica Parker riding on a broomstick? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like that movie for other reasons. I was just kidding. That was a very, like, if you really rewatched Hocus Pocus, that was for a Disney movie, that's a little, it can get dark in areas and it can have some real sexual innuendos in it. And I'm like, whoa, this was a family movie? See how just bright everything looks? Yeah. Our lovable, goofy Dewey. Dewdrop! Dewey and Gail Weathers are married now. Living in Woodsboro. How'd y'all feel about this setting? Did it feel like Woodsboro to you? Because we had no familiar locations from the first film. I was like, okay, well, we're in Woodsboro. We're going to have some familiar locations, right? No, we're not. They didn't even use the same high school or the same fountain or anything like that. Like, they had a whole fountain scene, just like in the first film, that they cut out of the movie, which they shouldn't have done. But if you do watch those deleted scenes, there's a line in that whole scene that would have gave away who one of the killers are in this film. Still a really cool scene. There's a lot of stuff they deleted out of this movie they should have kept in. Our favorite character of the whole movie is Kirby, Hayden Panettiere. Man, I would love to see her return in the franchise. We'll get to that when we get closer to what happens. All right, let's catch up on the chat for a little bit. Where were we? These people are dumb. It's because of the Woodsboro setting that they feel like it's up there with the original. Sorry, but it lacks a lot of what the original had, and the story is just packed. Yeah, they try too much, you know? You try to do too much in a movie. I feel that, you know? Like, stick to something and be good at that one thing instead of trying to be good at, like, 5 things. Dude, this did have a, like, weird lighting to it. Yes, it did. Maureen did not need a sister. Yeah, Neil should have been in her place raising Jill as a foster child. That would have been a good way to close out his character, as he's one that gets killed. Yeah. You know, it's deleted. It's not technically canon, but there is a deleted scene where they talk about Sydney's father being killed off screen. You know, like, Sydney hasn't returned to Woodsboro until since her father passed and all that kind of stuff. But they cut that from the film, so they really could bring back her dad, because it's technically not canon because it wasn't in the theatrical release. Maureen did not need a sister. I thought that was a very forced storyline. That would have been a lot cooler if, like, maybe Jill's mom was the opening kill, and that's why Jill had to go live with Sydney's dad that was local in the area, and then come, you know, we'll get to the reveal later, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I kind of like that idea, Devontae. No echoing. Good job. Sounds good. That could have been interesting because he's already passed away in the time Scream 4 starts. True. Yeah. But they could bring him back. Like I said, you know, they could just kind of retcon that since they did not use that deleted scene. Tatum was mentioned by Dewey, and they cut that. Neil's death was mentioned, and they cut that. Though he shouldn't have died off screen. His role should have been Kate's role. Very true. Very true. Or he could have been the opening kill, and that's what brought Sydney back to Woodsboro. I really thought that would have been because, you know, I know she's on a book tour and all that, but I don't know. Oh, here's our infamous Lemon Squares, Judy Hicks and Dewey Riley. Judy Hicks got a crush on Dewey. Gail's gonna whoop her ass. It's the mustache. I gotta get me a mustache. Fun fact, that's Wendy Peppercorn from The Sandlot. Can you believe that? Wendy fucking Peppercorn. You remember that scene where she was the lifeguard? He tricked her into, he thought he was drowning. He ended up kissing her. Great movie. If you haven't seen The Sandlot, what are you doing with your life? Go watch The Sandlot. Great movie. They did, you're right. They should have left it in. Y'all are having a conversation between yourselves, then kill him off. Joe kill her mother just as far as reach her. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been pretty impactful. How the hell did Gail and Dewey did not have any kids in these 10 years? Sydney doesn't have kids either. Like, they treat this movie like it's not even 10 years later after the third. Yeah, that's true. Even though there is like a 10-year jump. Having a kid or something like that. It looks like in the new film, Sydney's got a kid. So I wonder how that's going to go. But yeah. It didn't feel like Woodsboro. Yeah, it did not feel like Woodsboro. It just doesn't feel like Woodsboro. This feels like... I don't know what this feels like. It just... it doesn't feel like Woodsboro. Seems more like Haddonfield. Without the lighting effect. Oh yes, Neil being the opening kill could have been good too. A reason for Sydney to return to Woodsboro besides the book tour. But then that still leaves Kate in the picture though. Yeah, she and Squints had 9 kids. Squints was lucky. That's a lucky kid. That was bold. That was a good scene. Oh. I have just lost my spot, y'all. I don't know what's up with my internet today. Alright, we're at the scene where Courtney Cox, she's having writer's block. She doesn't know what to write. She's in this small town with Dewey. She's given up her career pretty much, but now Sydney is the big book tour person and becoming more famous, and Gail is kind of taking a back seat and kind of picked small town life over her career. All right, we're meeting the students, our new cast at the high school. Everyone does that live stream and stuff, got those little headsets. Now everybody's live streaming, you know. See, this was kind of ahead of its time too. It knew that this is where it was headed. Like I'm live streaming right now. Part 4. That's true. But you know, you live in that type of life. You know, you've had killers come after you 3 times already. Do you really want to bring kids into this world or into your life? Hey, Destin, what's up, Marquise? Appreciate you coming by, man. Do you have Spectrum? Spectrum? Wait. Is that a 007 movie? My Screen 5 fan script from years back had Randy Meek's sister having a kid by a black man. Here they do it in the official movie as her kids are... okay. I don't see why that really matters. That's not part of the story. But yeah, I hope Martha Meeks is in the new film, which I'm hearing that she is. She's been seen on set and stuff. There's been photos like on Instagram with it. Oh, the internet spectrum? No. I actually have I have really good internet. I just don't have it. I don't have my Ethernet hooked up to it right now. And probably too many devices on it. This is Sydney and Gail meeting for her book tour. Reconnecting. It's better than punching her in the face this time. Here, see that glow in the background behind Dewey? Like that. Oh, man. Like... It's like it's almost blinding. What do y'all think about Scream 4? Do y'all hold it next to the first film, or or is this one of your least favorite entries? This was originally going to be a new trilogy here. They did not get the marketing that the new film has gotten. Marketing for the new film has been fantastic. See, just the way the officers act right there, like, and the whole crowd is going, like, I'm like, a little unrealistic, the way people act. That's kind of cool. That's kind of that's kind of cool. It's building up some suspects here. Sydney's assistant. That's where all the students are getting all their notifications that they were stabbed to death. Stupid. There's the lemon squares. I like Adam Brody, Anthony Anderson. I thought they were good additions for this movie. Judy's so weird. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, I hope Joel is back. He did put out something on his Twitter, or maybe it was his Instagram. I could be wrong about that. About, he did survive, and then it got deleted. And there was a lot of like past cast members that did that. So like my idea about Joel coming back is that in this new film, Gail has a talk show in New York, I believe, and she's given up Woodsboro. Her and Dewey are divorced. She picked her career pretty much. I don't know if that's how it really played out, but her career has resurfaced. Who's to say Joel's not working on this TV show for her? He's her cameraman again on her TV show. I think that'd be pretty cool. I doubt he would come back to Woodsboro. I hope he has some good lines, some funny lines like Scream 2. Like maybe she tries to get him to go to Woodsboro and he's just like, no, fuck that, You're on your own, Gail. Did I like the new cast of teens in this movie? Yes and no. Uh, yes and no. I wanted to, but I did not feel a big connection to them. Some of them, they just don't hit you like the cast did in Scream 1 or Scream 2. Like, it just, especially Scream 1, like the chemistry between everybody, Stu and Randy and Billy and Tatum and all that. Like there was something about them that, like, they just, like, they improv'd off each other a lot, and their whole thing was funny. It felt like real conversations. Here, it feels like I'm watching people act. It feels like I'm watching people deliver their lines, and I don't like to feel that way. And I mean, there are some standouts. Kirby's definitely a standout. Loved Kirby. Best thing in the movie. Jill was pretty good too. She's a really good actress. Emma Roberts, really good actress. But as far as everybody else, I could care less for them two. Yeah. But as far as the rest of the new cast, Judy's pretty cool, a good addition. Um, but she's not one of the young cast in this movie. And she's the sheriff in the new movie, and Dewey has retired. So I want to see that whole dynamic. I like Scream 2 cast too, man. Like, Scream 2's cast was really good. Really good. They just should have never killed Randy. I would like to see what Randy's up to now. I wanted more of Dewey and Randy, like in that ice cream shop. They're back and forth trying to figure out who the killer is. I want to see more of that. Them team up and do stuff. Movie was not really ahead of its time. Halloween Resurrection did the same thing with the webcam, social media stuff, and it was 2001, a whole decade before. Scream 4 did nothing new. Well, yeah, I mean, you could say that, even though Halloween Resurrection, if you ask most fans, that's a throwaway movie. See, that's the thing, is I've always said that, like, Scream 3 is like the black sheep of the franchise, and Halloween Resurrection is the black sheep of the franchise. And I enjoy both films. I remember having a good time with Halloween Resurrection. Did not take it seriously. You could take the Michael Myers mask away and the character and have it a different killer and a different title, and people would have loved that movie. They just didn't keep it serious. That franchise really did end H2O, but before this new trilogy came along. This new trilogy is pretty good too. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills. Got a bunch of videos on my channel about those. And we will talk more about Halloween Ends that's coming up later on this year. But right now it's Scream Week. So we are going to just stick with this for a while. I love Scream 4. It has to be next to Scream 2 on my list. Do you think that, Marquise? Scream 4 is next to it? Yeah, Nathan did have to work today. He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Say something if you're still here, Nathan. Yeah, scheduling conflicts today, guys. But he is going to watch Scream 4. It's going to be his first viewing. So he will have a chance to watch it before he sees the new film. Hopefully we can get a video made this weekend of discussing Scream 5, the new film. Judy was weird in this movie with that damn lemon squares. Yeah, she was. Them lemon squares had to be laced with something. They were just too damn good. What's up, Jinsaku? I like Scream 2 cast. They had a good chemistry. Yep. Scream 2. I really do like the cast in Scream 2. All right, now back to the movie for a second. This scene where Dewey is talking to Sydney on the couch. If you watch it, there is a eye connection here, implying that is there more feelings to each other than just him trying to be the big brother because Tatum's gone now. That would have been cool, if they did kind of that really would have been cool if they would have gotten together or something like that. I think that if the story would have went that route, it would have been kind of cool. But damn, everybody wants Dewey in this movie. Dewey's he become the sheriff now. Everybody wants him. Yeah, they did have a moment, didn't they? They definitely did have a moment there. All right. Come on. All right, we're in the... This is reminiscing to Billy sneaking into Sydney's room. Now Jill's boyfriend, Trevor, is sneaking into her room. See, I just didn't buy Trevor. Like, I know he's like the red herring in the movie, and he's supposed to be like the new Billy or something. Like, I don't know if it's just the actor or the lines that they written for him or what. I didn't feel it. I didn't buy it at all. I was like, man, just, I don't know. Sydney walks in, you're reminding me of me, blah, 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 blah. Plus, I feel like sometimes, like Nev Campbell is kind of like doing this for a paycheck almost. Like, I don't see a whole lot of emotion in her until closer to the end. Like it's just kind of like a delivery of lines. I don't know. I don't know what it was about this movie that just did not. Oh, here's that scene with Judy in the shadows. I still think she's creepy Karen from back in the day that went to school with them. That Randy spoke of that he lost his virginity to. Look, it's like she almost walks down the stairs and then she comes back around. Yeah. I played a lost boy in Peter Pan. See, she seems very infatuated with her. Like maybe she was like the nerd of the school. Didn't get a whole lot of attention. Very awkward. A lot of people are suspecting she's the killer in the new movie. H2O was garbage. I put Halloween Resurrection above it because it at least felt like a Halloween movie and didn't immediately end after Michael's demise, which I thought was lame. The retcon also did not sit well with me. Yeah, I understand that. I still liked H2O though, even though I hated the mask. They did some CGI mask work, and he looks different, and you see his eyes also. That's really my only complaint. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie, even though we weren't in Haddonfield. This is a good scene, y'all. Kirby's on the phone with Marnie. This was a well thought out, creative way of doing a scene. They're watching Shaun of the Dead. Really funny movie. Watching this scene after you've already seen the entire movie, you come back and you rewatch this scene, it makes it that much more enjoyable. Just how the whole setup was. One of the best scenes of the whole movie. Oh, shit. Is he in your closet? See, even you hear Roger L. Jackson's voice, even the way he delivers his lines in this movie just isn't menacing to me. It sounds like he's... It's like first take or second take or something, you know? It's like they didn't get it down like he did in the other movies. This isn't fucking Trevor. You know? Like, he has like this whisper when he's delivering his lines. Like, he's like going too raspy with it. I never said that you were in your closet. I was in your closet, I mean. Damn. I remember seeing this scene in the theaters and being like, damn. And just watching this, like, I'm not going to give any away right now. Oh, I will. But you see where the camera is of what they're doing in her hand. So it's like... Yeah, he gets brutal. That's cool, man. Like the knife through the hand, the whole struggle. I want more of that. Like, they had it in this scene. It's probably one of the bloodiest deaths in the entire franchise. Jeez. You see, struggle with Sydney. This is a really cool scene. Jill gets sliced on her arm. Damn, Sydney got them kicks. See, I don't like how this was directed. He's right here, and then, like, he's gone. Like, he leaves like a ghost. He ain't that damn quick. And then the cops just walk. If something like that is going on, they should have been moving in the sense of urgency. Like, running out the back door, running around the house, and all that kind of stuff, trying to catch each other, and then maybe run into each other. That would have been a lot more believable. But even, like, Adam Brody and Anthony Anderson, the way that they were acting in certain scenes right here, like, I understand that they're supposed to be, like, the dumb cops in this movie. I hate those kind of characters in a horror movie. Like, Halloween 5, like, they're not that bad, but you know what I'm saying, like, they're kind of stock characters. I feel like they could have caught Ghostface. That's how quick that was all. They make him almost like disappear like Jason or something in this one. And I'm not buying that. I know he's supposed to be a ghost or he moves like a ghost, you know, but still. I do like this scene, like the camera coming out of the house like this. This is very reminiscent of like something out of like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like walking out away from the house like that. That was pretty cool. I guess that's a Wes Craven shot there. He likes to do that. All right, let's catch up on the chat a little bit. Yeah, H2O, I enjoy it. Hey, Denisha, glad you're here. Glad you can make it. Let's see here. Dang, I missed some stuff. Yes, I would say Scream 1, Scream 2. I'm backing up a little bit. Scream 4 and Scream 3. Scream 4 ending killer reveal was so dark and edgy. I loved it. Yeah, the ending is pretty good. I do have some issues with it, and we'll get into it when we get to the ending. But yeah, it does save the movie for me a little bit more. If Gail had died in this one, Sydney and Dewey could have gotten together, possibly. Yeah, I always thought, like, Gail overstayed her welcome. Like, I know she's a good addition. She's part of the OG3. But if one of them had to go, I would say Gail, because she's a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? And especially after she, like... I feel like she didn't appreciate Dewey. I don't know. Dude, I got spoiled on who the killers are in Scream 5. I won't say it. Please don't, Marquise. Please don't. I will be highly upset. I've had some stuff spoiled that wasn't intentional, but I'm gonna go see it tonight. So please don't say anything. Judy in the Shadows haunted me as a kid. Yeah, but I still see Scream 5. See how it all ends anyway. Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 1. Scream 4 in my order. You think Scream 2's over Scream 3 and Scream 1 and Scream 4? Scream 2's your favorite? It was a fun time. It definitely was. My order Scream 5 might be somewhere between Scream 3, but then pushes 1 too far back. Scream 1's still always going to be first one. I've seen the movie, I can't count how many times. Hey, Destination Station Scream is on. Scream 4, yep, so we're watching Scream 4. We are at the scene. About 41 minutes in, Gail is talking to Robbie and trying to get some info from him about, like, who, you know, what does he know? You know, she's trying to do her investigation now. She's starting to get involved. She's hoping this is going to revitalize her career. Kirby was my favorite character by far. I hope they mention her in Scream 5. I hope they do too. I hope they don't just not mention her. Or, you know, Marquise, I also thought about an idea of, if they don't bring her back in this one, and if they don't even mention her, do an after credit scene. You know, I think Scream would be great with after credit scenes. You know, like it's not over. Like for instance, like I've said it before. I don't know if you've heard it or not. Me say it before, but like, have like a phone ring somewhere. You don't see the person's face who answers it, and you hear Ghostface and it goes, "Hello, Kirby," and then the camera like moves onto Kirby's face. Boom, cut to black, bringing her back to Woodsboro. You know, like bringing her back in and tying her in. You know, for some reason, why Ghostface is after her, and then she has to get with the new cast. You know, if they're going to get, if this is passing the torch from Sydney, Dewey, and Gail, I would like to see Kirby come back and be kind of like the new Randy, the new helper, you know. I like the style of H2O, just didn't like a lot of the story choices they went with the movie. It was missing a lot of pieces, like more backstory on Lori, Loomis, needed 10 more minutes to it. Yeah, it was very, it probably was one of the shorter movies. It did seem like it ended too quick, but it had good pacing. And that showdown with Lori and Michael Myers is awesome. You know, like where he's holding himself up and he just kind of comes down. They just start going at it. That was really cool. Bro, Scream 4 came out when I was 13. Kirby is so overrated. The anime pink thing, Kirby needs to gobble her up and make her disappear so I don't ever have to hear of her again. Damn. Damn, you're young, I'm 27. Olivia gets her stomach cut open, was very brutal. Like, damn, Charlie or Jill didn't, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, damn, it was. This was the most from. Trying to catch up here. Right now, we're at the 43-minute mark. If you want to catch up, I don't know if you're watching this too, but Sydney just fired her assistant, and she's going to the parking garage. We all know what's going to happen. It was the most gore scene ever from a Scream franchise. It was very gory for a Scream franchise, but I heard Scream 5 has some really good gory scenes in it, some really good kills. Is that around the whole time? Yep. Ghostface was borrowing Jason's portal shoes, right? Yeah, Ghostface was, I mean, come on, like, I mean, he just, like, the editing, just like, he's right here, and boom, like, you mean to tell me he got up and down the hallway and out the door and the door ain't even swinging or anything like that. It's just kind of like open. It just like seems like a little bit of poor editing there. And I think that Scream 4 did have a different editor also. That's probably what took away from the rest of the film, the first three movies, is Patrick Lussier edited 1, 2, and 3, but did not edit Part 4. I have to look into I forget who edited Part 4. But yeah, that's a big deal too, of like pacing and the way things are shot and presented. Yes, Scream 2 beats all of the movies. Oh, I promise I won't say anything. Scream 4 is the very... Thank you, Marquise. Please don't say anything. Have you seen the movie at all? Or when are you going to see it? Didn't you say you're seeing it sometime this weekend? Scream 4 is at the very end of all this. Scream 4 is at... I'm with you on that, Devontae. Like, Scream 4 is my least rewatchable one. I'll say that. Right. I hope that happens. All right. Allison Brie's about to get it. I like her though. I like her in movies. She's a good actress. She's a really good actress. See, here's another writing part that I didn't like. I mean, I know that like Ghostface can sabotage things, but this was too convenient for my taste. The door handle comes off, and he comes up. He just runs up behind her, gets her. Guys, I am having some internet issues today. I don't know what's up with this. I have no idea. Yeah, whenever I saw Alison Brie was going to be in this movie, and I thought that was going to be cool. I think she's a pretty... I mean, she doesn't really have a whole lot of funny lines in this movie, but, you know... This is pretty cool how they just drop her off the roof. All right, I'm having your wife show up and just ask like questions that you don't want to answer right in front of everybody. Oh, and just drops her. Really cool scene. Right in front of all the cameras and press. See, Dewey's less goofy in this one. That was his thing for David Arquette to come back. He wanted Kevin and Wes to write his character a little bit more serious since he's the sheriff now. And it's like Judy's the new goofy Dewey, And I think that's moving forward. I think that's what they're going to go with. I think I could be wrong. They could surprise us and kill her off, or she could be the killer. But if you kill off Dewey, you got to have a new one, right? And Judy is the next best thing. We're at the book club, or the film club. The book club. I've been watching Yellow Jackets, and they talk about a book club in that a lot. And Jasmine, what's her name? Guys, I have not had enough coffee today. I'm drawing blanks. Mindy Meeks from Scream 5, she's in Yellow Jackets. If you haven't watched that on Showtime, highly recommend it. She does some great, great performances in that. Really cool 90s feel, really cool story, good mystery. I'm waiting for the finale to come out. See, the only way to really survive is you got to be gay, and then they kind of like look look at each other a little bit, you know. It's like almost implying that one or the other or both of them are gay. Stabathon. I think that's a cool idea. Like that they put in this movie was like a stabathon. Yeah, that seems like something that kids would do. If like our house, or if our town was haunted for some odd reason, annually, you know, all the fans and kids would get together and do this whole, you know, movie franchise thing. You know, we're now in the kitchen with Jill and Sydney. And let me see here. Screen 2 beats all the movies. Where was I? Screen 4 at the very end of my list. Right. I will see it tomorrow. I took off tomorrow. I'm so happy. Heck yeah, Marquise. Yeah, be looking out for a live stream tonight, everybody. I'm going to be doing a deep dive live stream. I'm also going to have an initial movie review and spoiler review out for it as well. But I am going to go see it tonight, and then I am going to do a late night live stream, probably around 10 p.m., 10:30, around that time. Where I'm going to see it is about an hour away, so I'm trying to give myself enough time to get back and get situated. So let's say no later than like 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. I'm gonna be on the safe side here and say 11 p.m. I'll have a live stream up, and we'll go for, you know, a little bit over an hour or so, and we'll talk about all the spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about it, don't come to that live stream. But go see the movie and then come back and revisit the live stream. But yeah, I'm gonna expect one later on tonight. I'm off work tonight, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Actually, I took off to go see this movie. The perks of doing your own schedule at work, right? When you make the schedule at work, you can take off whenever. Remember that whenever you're working somewhere. Uh, where was I? Man, this chat is blowing up. Uh, Peter McNulty edited this one. Okay, yeah. You can definitely tell. Bring Patrick Lucier back. I really think that, you know, his editing was really good. He did a lot of movies back in the day. Similar to Scream 2, the whole car scene, Sydney could have heard something in the background, like how did Ghostface go out of that car without any noise whatsoever? Yeah. I hope Scream 5 have a lot of kills throughout the movie. I feel like Scream 4 waiting till the end to kill off everyone. Yeah, I hope Scream 5 does as well, but I hope our main cast does last to Stu's house. If Stu's house is the climax, which that's the way it's presented. If you really think about Scream 1996, that movie really has two acts. There's not really a first, second, and third act, really, of that movie. The first act is establishing the story and knowing the characters and all that. The second act, about 45 minutes into that movie, it's Stu's house. They're pulling up. You know, you hear that Youth of America song come on, and then from that point on, the second half of the movie is Stu's house. And I think that's what makes the pacing very well for that film. And if they do something similar for this new film, I'm down for it, you know. Like, the pacing has to be really good, really sharp. Get to the point. Let's have more interactions instead of like a lot of branch off different storylines and subplots and all that kind of stuff. I don't want a whole bunch of that. Let's stick to the story. Let's get to it, because I do want all like the main cast coming up. Hold on, guys, 1 second. We're at the Stabathon real quick. All right, I'm back. My son is home from school with me today. So let's see here. Yeah, Gail tries to. We're at the part where, you know, we're 56 minutes in. Gail's joining the Stabathon, but she's wearing one of the ghost face masks to kind of get around. And she's gonna set up some cameras, similar to what like the killer's doing. This is a pretty good scene. You know, and when you saw this scene in the trailer when this movie was coming out, it looked like Gail was gonna die. Same thing with like Dewey. They always make Dewey look like he's gonna die. So don't really believe those trailers, which it very much could happen in this new one. Let's see, where were we? Where were we in the chat? Similar to Scream 2, the whole car scene. Yeah, we already read that. Yeah, y'all are talking to each other here. It would have been interesting if they had done something in Halloween, like Stab for Scream, but that would have been too much like Scream, obviously. Yeah, Halloween. I think leave that to Scream. You know, I want to see some callbacks. I want to see some homages to other franchises and stuff like that. But I don't think Halloween really needs to do that. Yeah, we don't. You know, trying to be like Screams. Yeah, agreed, Devontae, on that. Dude, I bought every soundtrack for the original trilogy. I did too, Bloody Mary. I bought every soundtrack on CD. Even like the instrumental stuff, you know, like the scores and stuff like that. Like, yeah. And I heard there's like a box set of the records of all four Screams, you know, like there's some type of collector's box set I would like to get my hands on. I just found that out the other day. I did buy the Halloween Kills Scream Factory edition of the vinyl. I've done an unboxing on my channel for that. H2O was far enough in the department. Yeah, hell, Kevin Williamson even did some rewrites on that movie. Yeah, Kevin Williamson did. And Scream 2 is even shown on TV, just like Halloween is shown in Scream. You know, Scream 2, I don't know why they used Scream 2, you know, the CC scene. They should have done a scene from the first Scream movie. But yeah, Kevin Williamson did help rewrite some of it. Do your sons watch any horror movies, or are they too young? No, they do. Well, the one that's here with me today, he's too young. He knows of them just because he's been in my office and he's seen, my masks and stuff like that. But he doesn't really watch. He doesn't watch them. I'm not gonna let him. But my older kids, yeah, they do. They're big horror fans. Yeah, my daughter is actually going to go see the new film with me tonight. She was a big fan of the TV series. She's all into those mystery type whodunit stuff. Like, she's a lot like Dad in that aspect. So yeah, I was probably younger. They're 13 and 14, my older kids. I was probably younger than them when I was starting to watch horror movies, and Scream is one of the movies that is not as, I don't know, there's horror movies that are like really good horror movies, but then there's horror movies out there that rely too much on like just trashy stuff just to like gore just to be so extreme gory, has nothing to do with the plot. Or they show like sex or nudity and stuff like that. Like, I'm not gonna let my kids watch anything like that for sure. Man, right now Gail is getting attacked. This was an intense scene. Dewey rushes in. Ghostface is gone. Man. I had a feeling she wasn't going to... Why would Ghostface just stab her in the shoulder when he has her dead to rights? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just a marketing stunt. That's all that was. Older kids, how old are you? Yeah, I'll be actually 36 here in April. 4/20 is my birthday. Don't forget it. Yeah, I do have older kids. Yeah. I started young. I'll be right back. Daddy duty calls. All right, I'm back. Keep watching. All right, I'll catch up on everything. See, even like put this back on. The wind chimes and stuff like that. Like, why didn't we see any familiar locations in this one? See Sydney's house, even like a drive-by of Stu Macher's house, Tate, like Dewey maybe going back to his old house thinking about his sister. Sydney going by her high school and looking at the water fountain or something. Just reminiscing. Have some reminiscing moments. Do you remember Creed produced the soundtrack for Scream 3? Yeah, I do. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see the music video to What If? for Scream 3. What if? What if? That was a good. It had David Arquette in the trailer where like he's like running through a warehouse, I believe. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember watching that trailer. Man, I love that song. Like I used to jam out. I don't know. Am I showing my age when I say jam out? But I did. I was a big fan of Creed. Big fan of Creed. Older kids. Oh, okay. It's Gail. She has the power to keep herself from getting killed. Yeah, she's got more cats than she's got more lives than a cat. Cotton Weary tells her that in Scream 2. Is he dead? Oh, Anthony Anderson gets in the forehead. See all the blood. They gushed the blood in this movie. More than they did in the other movies. Ooh. See, I'm not real crazy about this scene. Like, Adam Brody went down too easy. One stab in the back. Dewey survived so many stabs in the back. Adam Brody's going to come back with a limp. Severed nerve. He starts swinging. Fuck Bruce Willis. It's such a cheesy line. Like, come on. I don't know. Like, I understand it's funny, but Wes Craven kept it in there because there was a case to where someone did get stabbed in the head and then they still were swinging. They were still coming at it. So that's why they kept it on there. But just the way it was like shown and directed in this movie, no hate towards Wes on that because, you know, he's one of the greats. I just didn't like the way it played out. I thought it was too goofy. Like I said, like a lot of people's complaints with Scream 3, but they love Scream 4. And I did not like the aunt. Was not crazy about her. It looks like she's like going out the back door to get groceries. Who the hell does that? Or the side door. I think Courtney Cox said at one point she wanted to be killed off. Yeah, she did. She did. And they should do it. She should be an opening kill. Think about how crazy that would be if Gale Weathers was an opening kill. Like, I always thought that, like, my idea if they were going to bring back the movie that Gale was living like a luxury lifestyle in the Hollywood Hills or something, and she's given up her small town life with Dewey and they're divorced just like they really are in this movie. And maybe she's like on the phone with like, you know, her publicist or something and, you know, just talking about her next big event. And then when she gets off the phone, she sits in front of her desk and she sees a picture of Dewey and she kind of reminisces for a minute. Maybe some music cues come up to kind of like bring back that feeling. And next thing you know, her phone rings and Gail gets killed in the opening scene. If they ever wanted to go back to Hollywood with her, well, she's actually in New York, but if they ever wanted to, you know, somehow go back to Hollywood, maybe she moves her television studio back to Hollywood or you know, California, and she gets killed that way, we could, you know, see a sequel go back to Hollywood. I would like to see that. Like, I thought Hollywood was a pretty good setting for the film. This is Sydney going up, realizing Jill is not there. Originally, it was going to be that girl off of Gilmore Girls that was going to play the aunt, but she had to back out. What she would have been a good addition to this. Like, I don't know. I didn't buy this aunt, even though she seems sus as fuck too. You see the reflection of Ghostface in the wind chimes. And see, gotta be two killers. See, I didn't even like this. The mail door. her getting killed, just lame. That's it's a lame ass death. I don't know. It just tonight at midnight I will be watching Scream 4 at my theater. Scream 4 or Scream 5? Yeah, the only thing that makes me kind of off the Scream franchise is Dewey never mentioned his sister. Yeah, you would think he would really, like... Hopefully in this new one he does, you know? Barbecue sauce. Scream 3 was the only mentioned thing about Dewey's sister, but it was the fake Dewey voice, and it was Ghostface. Yeah, whenever he's like... when Stone is in his trailer and he says, I'm just making sure no one's in here trying to off you like they did your little sister. And then it's like, what? What'd you just say? That makes me angry, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's that was a good scene. I like Stone. Dewdrop. When I saw David Arquette started a TikTok not too long ago, I was like, the Dewdrop on TikTok. See, it even looks like Judy may be the killer because she just rushed in. Man, Woodsboro is not the place to live. Let's see here. I did see the music video. It was hilarious, and it ends with Ghostface jumping down on top of Dewey. Well, it's David Arquette playing a security guard. Yeah. I remember that too, now that you say it. I need to rewatch it. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. I remember just watching that on like a big box TV, like in my parents' living room. Anthony Anderson's death scene, barbecue sauce. Oh, yeah. It does look, you talking about the blood? Yeah, it does look like barbecue sauce. It's real dark and thick. Now we're at Kirby's house. They're getting ready to watch. This is the after party. Because the Stabathon got ruined. And we got all our characters together here. But I just did not get invested with any of these characters except for Kirby and Jill, really. What if they do something similar like this in Scream 5? What if Stu's house isn't the climax? And there's like an after climax similar to this right here. Like, you would think Stabathon would have been the climax, but it's actually Kirby's house. The after party is the climax. What if they do that with Scream 5? And I would like to see like an opening kill or some type of scene where they go back to Casey Becker's house. You know, even if like, you know, the killer's motive is something to do with Casey Becker. Like, they could really tie any of them in there with it, but like, that was like one of the best scenes, if not the best scene of the entire franchise. And they need to utilize her story or her, you know, like if they're going to go back to that tone, utilize her character and her story or something like that to branch off into this new film, you know? Like, try to keep that tone of the first film, of the first opening. Trevor's there looking like Sydney's dad with that blue jean jacket. Got a new phone. And I'm just going to say right now that before going into this movie, I was spoiled on who the killers were. I was hoping it wasn't going to be who they are, just because I didn't want it. So that's what I want for Scream 5. I just hope Scream 5 is good too, Marquise. Like, I just want it to be, I want to be surprised again. You know, I want that feeling of being surprised. It does take away from the effect if you already know who the killers are going through it. That's the whole point of the movie, is the whodunit. I just knew Trevor wasn't the killer. I was like, man, they're just too much pointing the finger at him. Scream 3 was the only mentioned thing about it. Yeah, I did see it. Anthony Anderson's Destiny barbecue sauce. Thick, juicy, tasty of chicken nuggets. Yeah. Saying the chemistry in the cast, Scream 4 was slow and cringy in some points. Yes, it was, Marquise. I'm a couple years younger than you, and I'm 33, so I remember the MTV days when they actually played music video. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's those were the good old days, right? Would you be interested if, for the first time ever, someone surviving the opening kill, though, would be dope? Surviving it, if there's two people, if one person dies and one person survives, similar, I think they are going to do something similar to that in this new movie, from what I'm hearing. Don't know if I'm a fan of it. I just got to see the way it is, it's made, how it comes off, how do I feel about it at that point, because takes away from the effect with the title card of Scream, if somebody actually survives. So it's all right, well, they could have survived all that. Well, bring back Cotton Weary. you know? I hated that Cotton Weary got killed off. We were just getting invested into his character, and then they kill him off at the very beginning of Scream 3. Robbie is streaming and drunk as hell. We've all been there. I just hope Scream 5 is good. Yeah, Marquise, me too. I think it will be. Scream 6 need to reveal the killer early on, and the story is about how to catch him. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Scream 6, I think it will get greenlit. I think we're in for a new trilogy. Just by the numbers, but just by the positivity that this movie is being surrounded by. And plus, not a whole lot of competition. You still got Spider-Man in the theaters, but, it's been out for a while. And Morbius has moved out of January. So there's really not a whole lot of competition. And there's a lot of marketing for this right now. So I think we're in for a treat here. I hope we're in for a new trilogy. That's what I want to see. If this is passing the torch, and we're going to move forward with new characters, I just hope we all like them. I hope they live up to our expectations. Because when I was watching all these kids in the Scream 4, I was kind of like, really? This is who we're going to be following throughout the next few movies? I don't know if I'm feeling this. But I think this new cast in Scream 5, I think they've done some really good casting choices. My damn internet again. Hold on. That's it. Next time I do live streams, I'm popping in a disc. I'm popping in the Blu-ray or 4K. Damn. He runs right into that plant. And he puts the camera on backwards.
Dad,
Yes, son?
I need to wash my hands.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. Keep watching. I'll be right back. Sorry, I got to keep stepping away. All right, back. I just don't like who Trevor is. Robbie was in Saw 2. He was in Saw 2. Wow. Good catch. Wow, and I liked Saw 2. I have not seen that in a long time. Let me shut this door. The sun was kind of blaring through there. Yeah, he was in Saw 2. That's right. He was the detective's son. Let's catch up on this chat a little bit. I accidentally stepped in spoilers, but honestly, when it comes to Scream, which is my all-time favorite franchise, I care less about the reveal. I'm here for the kills and Sydney kicking butt. Oh, Brandon, you don't care if you're spoiled on who the killers are or anything? Well, I am. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know who the reveals are or anything. It was spoiled for me for Scream 4. Don't want to be spoiled for Scream 5. This is actually a pretty cool idea how Robbie like can't see the video and it's like behind him and he realizes it. See, like some really cool ideas, but just the movie overall just kind of falls short a little bit. I think just because we didn't get enough time with these characters. Ooh. There's rules. See, another goofy death. Another goofy death scene. You know, have some comedy in your movie, but when it comes to the death scenes, make them hit. Make you feel their death. Like, oh shit, forgot this is a horror movie, and it gets violent. But whenever you throw in like, fuck Bruce Willis or oh, there's rules to, I'm gay, blah blah blah. And, you know, like, come on, it takes away from the effect. Too much comedy. Too much comedy. Nothing against the actors, but some of these new cast members just didn't do it for me in Scream 4. Me either. It all depends on the box office for Scream 5. I don't think it will pass Spider-Man No Way Home, possibly pass on a lot of Fast 9. No, it's definitely not going to make Spider-Man numbers. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the competition, like, everyone that's seen Spider-Man has pretty much seen it. I'm not saying the hype is gone for Spider-Man, but I'm just saying that, like, moviegoers will now be looking for the next best thing to watch in the movie theaters. You know, regular moviegoers that go like every weekend. You know, and Scream is that new big blockbuster. But as long as, I mean, the budgets on both movies are completely crazy. You know, like I really do think, like, I think the numbers for this movie for Scream 5 is supposed to be somewhere around 40 to 50 million opening weekend. We will see. But I think that it will get greenlit for the 6th one. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Jill is under the bed. See, this is kind of like a good scene. I'll be right back. I need some coffee. I had to work late last night, y'all. That's why I was kind of getting a late start today. This is a really good scene. I'll catch up on the chat. I do like this scene. I like how Ghostface just kind of toys with Sydney.
Harry Stickman.
Oh.
Get away.
From the live stream, it seems. I don't want to jump. Yeah, I know, right? So that's why I don't know what the issue is with the movie. I'm watching them. I'm streaming the movie on Vudu. Okay, I'm seeing something. Don't read the comments. Oh shit. Who do I need to delete? Marquise. I need to add some moderators. This is a good scene. Charlie is I'm afraid to read the comment section now. You messed up my whole vibe. Everything just, I mean, like, they have so many scenes in this movie where the way the film is shot, you don't really get the scope of the area. Does that make sense? Like, everything is like, it feels like everything is on a set. Kirby doing all this movie trivia. I've never seen Peeping Tom. See, what was Ghostface going to say there? Name the remake of the groundbreaking blah, 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 blah. Was he going to say Stab? Let's see here. Even though we're not there yet, did you hear about some of the original ideas for the ending of Scream 4, which I won't say anything yet? Yeah, Bloody Mary, I did. I did read some. I kind of like the ideas. Yeah, we're almost there. What if Jill was the opening kill for Scream 5? Like, she did get away with it, but then she's the opening kill for Scream 5. I mean, we're pretty much there. I'm pretty sure everybody that's in this chat has seen this movie. See, this is the point where Charlie should have changed his mind. I mean, he liked Kirby this whole time. Oh. Oh. 2 times in the stomach. It was a pretty good reveal. Pretty shocking if I wasn't spoiled on it before I saw the movie. Oh, man. I don't know why this movie does not want to play. I did not have this issue all week. There we go. See, like, even like, look how just, you know, think about Charlie's hair underneath the Ghostface mask. How, like, Ghostface can already, it's hard for him to see. And if his hair gets in his way too, like, see, this was pretty crazy. But like, Ghostface just, didn't Ghostface throughout the movie seem taller than Jill and Charlie? We're at the reveal. That's the only thing. I could have sworn this guy was like 6'3", not 5'2". I don't know how they would have worked going into Scream 5. It would have been a new direction. Yeah, I'm so pissed off by the person who spoiled, but it's whatever. I'm glad I caught it. I'm glad you did not read the post. He commented. I reported it as spam. Thanks, guys. I need to add y'all as moderaries. Yeah, I'm trying to read here and watch the movie. Uh, thank y'all. Yeah, report him as spam. Hell yeah, we got this. He was wearing stilts. Yes, Emma Roberts' character wanting fame and fortune. Jill is too short to be a ghost face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remind me of her character from American Horror Story. Yeah, she was definitely trying to go that crazy route. Not even in Scream Queens, you know, she just had that like Mean Girls type, doing, you know, being in a bunch of horror properties and stuff like that. I mean, I believe her motive. It's a pretty good motive. It's a good switch because she was supposed to be the new Sydney, you know. She
That's the message. Stop.
wow. Man, how mad would you have been if Sydney did get killed here, man? I almost thought I was like, wow, they're really doing this right now.
Are you kidding me?
But I mean, you look, Sydney gets stabbed twice in the stomach, right? And so does Kirby. Kirby was still moving when the camera went away. Uh, who's to say she didn't survive? And if you listen to the commentary on this movie, Wes Craven says like his idea was to come back.
Are you kidding?
She's about to have her episode. Be right back.
Ah!
This is that part where Jill is getting. You see her do that like, getting all crazy. They did Trevor wrong, man. And this is kind of cool that they show her like kind of like setting up how she's going to get away with it. One thing I wish they would add to Scream movies, I want to see like flashbacks of. I want to see flashbacks of them like showing how they orchestrated each kill or some of the kills at least. You know, like you know, I had to pull strings here and pull strings there. You know. She was good in Scream Queens. Scream Queens is so hilarious. Kirby was bleeding. I heard they're thinking about bringing back Scream Queens, by the way. It was a little too goofy for my taste, honestly, but I appreciate it. It was something. The part where the dude gets his arms cut and he's just like, ah, and blood's just spewing. I was kind of like, ah. Okay. You just got to be in the right mindset for it. This is a really cool scene. Damn. Who's her stunt double? That's who I want to know. Who did this? Who was Emma Roberts' stunt double for this scene? I wonder if this was her audition. I always think that throughout the movie, like, what scene did they have to do in order for them to get the part? Yeah, she is great at playing those characters. Charlie was wearing. Let's see here. Kirby was bleeding out too much, and she's not seen at the hospital. Kirby is dead. Deal with it. Yeah, well, according to Wes Craven, the original idea was to bring her back. So if they really wanted to, I mean, they could. She could have made it to the hospital. I think they left her fate ambiguous in the original ending because an officer yells, "We have a survivor of a woman," or something like that. Yeah. Yep. She shot him in the balls. That's kind of painful to my eyes. Scream Queens was pathetic. Scream Queens was quirky, I have to be honest. Yeah, it was. It was a little too goofy. I stopped watching it season 2. I love season 1 was way better. I don't even remember much about it really. I didn't watch it that closely. And see, this is kind of cool. I think this is how they were going to end it. Was like her, everyone thinking she's the survivor, and then the movie was going to go off, and then they had this after credit or this after scene at the hospital. Yeah, see how it like goes to white. Now we got another scene. She's got cuts all over her face. Almost to the end, guys. Are y'all going to be back tonight for the live stream after I get back from the movie? I'm seeing the movie at 7:15, and I should be back and live around 10:30, 11 o'clock, no later than 11, because I got a little bit of a drive to get there and get back. Old Dewdrop. You ever watch David Arquette ever interview? And how goofy he sounds? Like he's just like, it's like he's just like got the giggles like the whole time, like trying to talk about anything. He's awesome. Yeah, I heard he did want to bring back Randy, but I think Randy's definitely gone. And then we talked about Stu coming back possibly for this new one, or maybe he's the mastermind after this whole entire trilogy. You don't want to bring Stu back in this one, even though as much as I want to see Matthew Lillard back as Stu, you don't want to bring him back in this one. I think a lot of people are expecting that because we're back at the Stumacher house, but I think you should save that for the third film if you're going to do a trilogy. And that's why I'm hoping this is very financially successful, so we can get a Scream 6 and a Scream 7. Don't call it Scream 6, Scream 7, just like Scream. Let's call it Scream Kills. What if they do something like that, kind of poking fun at Halloween Kills? Or, this movie should be Scream Ghostface Awakens. That'd be funny. It'd be stupid, but it'd be funny. Give me some titles what you would think the next two movies should be. Scream Kills and Scream Ends? Yeah. Or Scream Never Ends. Scream Burnt Ends. I don't know. Am I ever going to be able to get through this movie, man? Maybe it's the app. Maybe it's Vudu. I don't know if y'all have Vudu. VUDU, that app with all the digital movies on it. Like, that's where I have my digital library at. And that's what's giving me issues here. This is where Gil is piecing it together. See, Gil always Not always figures it out, but she's always one step ahead of everybody else. Now Dewey realizes he's rushing back. I just don't see how Neve Campbell could have fought like this with the stab wounds, and I think she like hits her stab wounds a couple times in the scene. It's where Jill and Sydney are fighting right here, in the hospital bed. I think I saw a stunt double there. Put her knee on her stomach and starts bleeding. See, come on, Sydney can't move around like that. And she got punched in the stomach. Again, another punch in the stomach. Oh, and then thrown. Damn, Jill's strong for a small girl. Where's the whole entire staff in this hospital? Got a bedpan. Oh, I thought this was awesome. She just beats the shit out of Dewey with this bedpan. And then Judy saves Gail. Oh, dang, y'all blew up the chat with some titles, huh? Scream Kill, Scream In, Scream Queen, Scream Furious, Scream the Last Ghostface, Scream Rise of the Prescott, Mercs, Scream the Life of Maureen Prescott, Scream Team, Scream Dream, I Scream, 5 Cream, remember all that? Scream Baby Scream. Okay, I'm done. Love that quote. You had some good titles. Hate it all. Yeah, I agree. I will see the movie in about 6.5 hours. About to pop with anticipation. Come on. Don't fuck with the original. That's a good line. They had some great ideas for this one. They really did. They had some really really great ideas with this one. I just think that they went too comedic. Forgot the rules of a remake. Don't fuck with the original. There are some remakes that I do like. I am a fan of, like the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel. That was really good. I was working at the movie theater when that movie came out, and I got to see the movie before it came out, and I was so excited. And it was so good. I don't know why some people don't like it. Because if you really rewatch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though it's good in its own way, some of the characters in that is so hard to watch. Always respect the originals, but I do like the remake of that Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think that's an exception for that movie. See, Judy, she's a new Dewey. She's got to be a new Dewey. She says cheesy, wear the fist, protect the chest, you know? The Crazies remake was good. Yeah, the Crazies was good. Timothy Olyphant, absolutely love the ending of Scream 4. Yeah, how they're laying on the ground next to each other, similar to like they were earlier in the movie. And now the media thinks that Jill Roberts is the survivor. I wonder if they're going to touch on this in the new film. Are they going to mention this and at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they do. Just the way this has ended like this.
No.
Directed by Wes Craven. All right, we got through it. Yeah, even though Kevin Williamson's back, something about this one that just was trying to be too edgy and too funny, and it was missing something. There was something there that was missing. Give back the old look, which this new movie does look like it's going to have that similar 90s look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad they're going to go with that. I hope it doesn't look like they're going to go with that sparkling look, you know, that bright CW look. And I hope they scale back the comedy. Judy will never not creep me out. I'm just being goofy, but I'd love to see a prequel of Marine, though, tie into Scream and Scream 3. Yeah, I would like to see, maybe not a whole prequel about Marine, but definitely maybe an opening scene or a flashback scene or something like that into a movie that kind of like ties into the whole franchise, or at least to Scream 1 and Scream 3. Yeah, I do want to see that. That would be really cool. How like that whole thing was orchestrated, you know? And they could do that. That would be cool to see if done right. Enjoy the movie, man, in the next couple hours. Can't wait to hear your opinions tomorrow. Won't be here tonight on your live stream, but we'll check it out later. I appreciate that, Marquise. Yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled on anything, don't join the live stream tonight, because I'm going to be going a deep dive from beginning to end through this whole movie. I'm going to be spoiling it up, and I will let everyone know in the live stream as well. So watch the movie and then come back and watch the stream. The ending was too abrupt. Yeah, I agree. Like that's it. There needs to be something more. Something's missing here. The Craziest remake. Absolutely love the ending of Scream 4. I wish they would do a new Friday the 13th. Yeah, if they just closed on those rights. Pretty much someone has the right, the original screenwriter has the rights to Friday the 13th and that original story of Jason and his mother and stuff like that. But the hockey mask Jason didn't come out until the third film, which is the iconic thing. So I don't know how they could do it. Honestly, we're in desperate need right now with the slasher genre just being at its height because of Halloween and Scream coming back out, and now you got the Chucky series and all these all these other slashers that are resurfacing. They could just call the movie Jason or Jason Voorhees and have the hockey mask on the poster. Boom, you're gonna put asses in the seats. You're gonna sell that. So I really don't think you need the title Friday the 13th. You know, so I think there's still room for that franchise. They will probably have to change up his backstory, his whole mom dynamic and all that kind of stuff, which was gonna suck. But you know, if it's done right, you know, they can do it. They can do it. Texas Chainsaw 2003 is fantastic. Platinum Dunes did their thing there, but fell flat with the other remakes afterwards and started a trend of remakes that ever sucked. And yeah, especially Nightmare on Elm Street. I was so hyped to see that movie, and I was so let down because, which I do have an idea for how they can revitalize a remake, reboot more of a Nightmare on Elm Street. I will dive into that here shortly on my channel. I have written out some stuff. Even my casting choices of who I want to see play Freddy Krueger, like, and how the story should go, and that will pay tribute to at least the first 3 Nightmare on Elm Street films and Wes Craven. So if it's done right, that's probably going to be the hardest one to do because it's not just somebody in a mask. You know, it has to be a complete character, like putting on the makeup, delivering the lines. You know, it's going to be hard to top Robert Englund, which I'm going to be meeting Robert Englund and Heather Langenkamp at Texas Frightmare at the end of this April. I have Texas Frightmare tickets for the weekend. Going to go out there. I don't know if any of y'all are in that area that can attend that. I will be there. I will do a live stream and a video on that for that weekend as well. But I'm highly looking forward to meeting Robert Englund. I met Tony Todd, got pictures of him. I met Kane Hodder, among other people. I even met, what was his name, from What We Do in the Shadows, Guillermo. I met Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows TV show. But yeah, highly looking forward to that. But yeah. Speaking of remakes, man, like there are some good ones out there, but they're few and far between. Dude, Oliphant is my favorite actor. Very underrated dude. Was almost Iron Man. Was he almost Iron Man? Damn, I didn't even know that. That's cool. Yeah, I love Timothy Oliphant. I think he's very underrated. Have you ever seen him in that Stephen King movie Dreamcatcher? He's one of the characters in that movie, and he did a really good job in that movie too. I actually enjoy that movie. I just feel like that movie needed to be more than one movie because that story needed to be at least 2 or 3 movies, similar to like It or something like that. But very good movie. If you haven't seen Dreamcatcher, check it out. Thomas Jane, Timothy Oliphant, among others. Pretty good movie. Why are you traveling so far to watch 5? The reason why I'm traveling so far to watch Scream 5 is because I actually got free tickets, and I have a friend that is a manager of a movie theater. It's actually the old movie theater I used to work at whenever I was a teenager, and now she is pretty much the manager of the district area, and she has me a poster of the movie, and she's got me and my daughter tickets. So we're going to go out there, so I'm going to be able to see it for free. And then I'm probably going to go see it with a buddy this weekend as well. So I'm going to see it twice this weekend. Nathan, the one that was on the live chat yesterday, we're going to go see it again this weekend. So yeah, he's just got to work tonight. He's got to work today. That's why he's not part of this live stream. And we will catch up. He'll do some catch up. He's got to watch Scream 4 and then go see Scream 5 this weekend with me. Let's see here. But it's an hour away, to answer your question. So I figured go there. I get a free poster. And they're like those double-sided movie theater posters that you see whenever you go to your local theater. Really good stuff. And she says she has some other stuff for me too. So I'm looking forward to that. So she hooks me up. She hooked me up with Halloween Kills. And so yeah. What is their love? So we can stab me. What is your thoughts on Jeepers Creepers Reborn? My thoughts on Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I actually met the guy who played the original Creeper. I'm telling y'all, I've had like half of it. I haven't even finished this coffee because it's cold now. But like, I need some more coffee. What is his name who played the original Creeper? He was at Texas Frightmare in September. It was postponed because of COVID and everything. So I did meet him there. They never even like offered him to come back. He didn't even know it was being made. Jonathan Beck. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for that. I should have known that. I'm really bad with names, guys. You're going to see that even like in real life. Like you could tell me your name and then I'm going to forget it later on. But I'll know your face. I know where I know you from. But anyways, Jonathan Beck, yeah. He really cool guy, really down to earth. He just wasn't ever even offered. But with Jeepers Creepers Reborn, wasn't the biggest fan of Jeepers Creepers 3. There's things about it that I did like, but I felt like it was all an afterthought and very forced. And Victor Salva, I'm not a fan of his. I really don't want to support any of his work. He's an awful person. I'm glad it's in some new hands with this new film. Curious what they're going to do with it. It looks like there's more than one creeper. And then I saw an image of a baby stroller with some crows around it. Like, maybe there's a baby creeper. Like, I don't know what the hell they're doing with it. It might be cheesy, good fun. It was supposed to already come out, but it keeps getting pushed back. I don't know if they're losing budget with the movie. Hopefully it doesn't bring down the quality of the film when it does come out. I'm going to watch it, but I don't have high hopes for it. I don't know how I feel about those images of the new creeper or creepers that's going to be in this movie. I don't know how it's going to tie into the other ones. Who knows? It might go straight to streaming somewhere. I don't know, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I love Stu's death too. Oh, cool. I'm in Texas too. I'm in Arlington. Oh, cool. Bloody Mary. I don't live in Texas. I actually live in the Memphis, Tennessee area. So I have to drive about 6.5 hours to get there. But I have a buddy that lives in Dallas. And that's where Texas Frightmare is going to be, is at the airport in Dallas, Texas, and at the hotel there. And it's not a bad drive for me, you know. It's 6.5 hours. It's pretty much a straight shot. But I have a friend that I stay with out there. I go out there about 2-3 times a year. And yeah, I love Dallas. I've considered moving there. Texas is awesome. Way better than Memphis. I'll give it that. Dreamcatcher was disgusting. Dreamcatcher had a great cast, great cinematography too. Yes, I agree with that. Dreamcatcher was very underrated. I remember seeing that in the theater. Just the second half of the movie, it just goes in a totally different direction. I understand the book did too, but like that's what I'm saying. It needed to be at least two films to really. Some of it just felt like too quickly done, and it was just like a big switch, you know. Still a good movie though. Man, really good soundtrack, really good acting, cinematography, like you said, special effects. The chemistry between all the guys, awesome. If you haven't seen Dreamcatcher, check it out, especially if you're a Timothy Olyphant or Thomas Jane fan. The story is hard to wrap up your head around though. Yeah, it is. Jonathan Beck, what's my name? That's pathetic. They didn't approach him. Yeah, I know, right? That is pathetic. Like it's kind of like, you know, Kane Hodder was kind of treated the same way with Freddy versus Jason. You know, I talked to him for a while about it. And if you watch his documentary, To Hell and Back, really good documentary of Kane Hodder playing Jason Voorhees. He was actually in some of the marketing for Freddy versus Jason. Like him and Robert Englund were like doing like a boxing match, like versus thing and all this kind of stuff. And then they just never called Kane Hodder back to play Jason. And you can tell it did bother him. It hurt him because hardcore fans wanted the team up of them too, because it's very, you know, it's an argument to be made that Kane Hodder is the best version of Jason that we ever got. And I believe that. Just the way he's just like breathes real heavy and he's just real like vicious, you know, and that's the version I would have liked to see in Freddy vs. Jason. And that's what brings Freddy vs. Jason down, in my opinion, is the way Jason moved. He moved like Frankenstein in that movie. He moved so slow and he just was dumb acting, you know, I don't know. Whole nother video for that. But yeah, same thing with Jonathan Beck. They did not even like tell him, hey, you're not going to be a part of it. They didn't give him a call back or anything. They just hired somebody else. Really shitty on the studio's part. So do you really want to support the movie at that point? You know, if they're not even like respecting the originals or the you know the ones that has made the franchise. Is this even the continuity of the other Creeper movies? You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's not Jeepers Creepers 4. It's Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So we'll see. Somehow, I mean, this is like, you know, was he go to sleep for every 23 years or 23 springs he feeds, something like that. But with him being reborn and they had like 2 creepers or maybe even more than that we haven't seen, and a baby stroller with like a reborn thing. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to go on with low expectations. Hopefully I have some enjoyment with it, but I'm not expecting much, honestly, guys. Yeah, it probably is going to be a whole reboot with them just calling it Reborn. Will this new Scream have any other character guiding a younger character on how to be Ghostface? Melvin, Kenneth, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see the movie tonight, 7:15. Can't wait. I'll have a live stream tonight. I'll also have a review out, and I'll have an answer for you. I don't know. I hate when the directors or writers of a studio don't call them or whatsoever. Definitely for the most famous killer role, I would get hurt, possibly sue. Yeah, especially if you've done like some marketing for the movie or you've been told that like, yeah, we won't do the movie without you. And then why just go a different direction? That's during the 2000s when a lot of these movies were being made, like you can see that like studio interference was a big thing. And I think now the outcry of fans, especially in the horror community, has said like, hey, this movie, the idea of these movies, what the directors and writers wanted to do originally, is a lot better than what was brought on screen. But these producers and these studios, Dimension Films and New Line Cinema and all this, they all have this interference like, oh, I don't like that ending, or oh, I don't like that version of Jason for whatever reason. It might just be because they sometimes, like, you know, producers are pretty much like the bosses, right? They're producing the movie and they come in, they're just like, they just want to tell somebody what to do. They just want it done their way. They micromanage the shit out of stuff. And that's what happens with a lot of these movies, especially horror movies. And that's why sometimes they're just like, all right, I'm not coming back. This is it. I won't work with them. But that's why I'm glad the Weinsteins are away from the Scream property. And I hope we get you know, some fan service stuff. I think they do fan service stuff in Marvel and all these DC movies and stuff like that. Give us that in the horror community. You know, like I don't know. That's why I like a lot of indie horror movies are sometimes a lot better, you know. I watch like a lot of like independent horror movies that just like have some really great ideas, you know, even though they're lower budget and stuff. Like, I'm okay with that. Some of the best horror movies are low budget. Scream 3 is a perfect example of studio interference. Yes, it is. Scream 3 is. Very much. Very much. I had a sergeant at my... Oh, that sucks, Kenneth. Melvin. Yeah. He sounds like an asshole. Was he in E6? Oh, yeah. Well, guys, I'm about to wrap this up. I got some more content. I gotta, I have to, I have a lot of content to put out today, yo, and I need some coffee before I even get started and all that. I appreciate everybody that's came by and been a part of these live streams throughout this week. Countdown to Scream 5, right? We're there. We are there, and I am so excited. I'm telling you, I got a lot of. I feel like I haven't put out enough content this week, but you know, it's kind of hard, you know, juggling YouTube, job, family, wife, all that stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure that y'all can relate in some areas. But yeah, yeah, I'll see you guys all tonight. Be looking out for some reviews. I'm gonna put out some official reviews for each film in the franchise. So yeah, thank y'all for coming by, liking this video. Like it helps it out a lot. if you haven't seen Scream 4, hopefully y'all catch this at a later time. Just wanted to do this for the channel. This is really my first week of ever really going live stream last weekend, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the community. I enjoy just talking about horror movies, because my wife, she gets tired of me talking about scary movies. So this is my outlet. That's the rank they start to get. Dang. Saying I have a content on TikTok, but it's mainly more. So, oh, cool, Marquise. I have to check out your TikTok. I have a TikTok as well. And I'm probably going to do like a right out of the theater reaction of Scream on my TikTok, and probably put that on here as well. Yeah, I'll check it out, Marquise. Is it just your name on TikTok? Appreciate everybody coming by. Hit that like button before you head out, and I'll see you guys tonight on that live stream. If you want to know, if you don't want anything spoiled, don't watch it later after you've seen the film. But I'll see you guys tonight. So I am going MIA until tonight. All right, guys. I'm out of here. This is Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.